I want to talk about what happened and what it means for XRP in this video. RLUSD just had another huge win. An awful lot of people are wondering if Ripple is just putting XRP down because of all the news about RLUSD. I'm here to tell you that the way XRP is used has changed a lot. In this video, I'll explain what changed and whether or not it's good for the price. Like always, your help means a lot to this station. Thank you to everyone who liked the movies and signed up for the channel. These two easy things help me a lot. Also, if you know where to buy XRP, please let me know in the video's description. So, I'll get right to it and I hope you guys enjoy what I have to say. As I said at the beginning, we just got some big news about RLUSD. It's a shame that a lot of people think Ripple is giving up on XRP after seeing this news. I'm going to put it all together for you and explain why that is so far from the truth. But the big news for RLUSD is that it looks like Ripple just got RLUSD approved in Dubai. This means that Ripple is now the only digital asset company in the region that is allowed to work with the regular financial system. This is one of the most important things I've been trying to talk about on this channel for a long time. There will be a lot of really cool and very important new ideas in the cryptocurrency space. Tomorrow I can go build one of the best protocols ever. It might be 10 times faster and 10 times more flexible than the XRP system. It's not going to happen, though, for a number of reasons. In the end, the main reason I won't be able to beat Ripple is that no one knows about my chain. There isn't any money on my chain. My chain isn't being used. There are no officials I work with. I don't work for any banks or other banking institutions. I don't have any network effects for the chain itself, which I could go make tomorrow. This is one of the most important things people miss. People keep seeing new projects that make a lot of claims, but they don't realize that people have to want to use these new apps and rails in order for them to be used. And the XRP ledger has something very important that no one else does, a history and a team that is working to make the blockchain a success as a whole. Big banks from all over the world have met with Ripple since 2013. These banks include the Federal Reserve, the Bank of England, and many more. As it stands, Ripple already works with almost 23 central banks. I could try to talk to the central bank for the next 15 years without giving up. It's not likely to happen ever. It's already being done by Ripple and has been for a long time. A network impact is one of the most important and little known things about these blockchain networks that most people don't pay enough attention to. People who use the network are what makes it useful. Because a network isn't useful if it doesn't have any useful people using it. The links between Ripple are one of the most important things about them. It's clear that Ripple is working well in Dubai, which has a $400 billion 0 cents market. This is just the beginning, as Austin King says right now. Japan, which has a $4 0 cents trillion economy, is likely to be the next big state to fall. All of these economies have a long history with Ripple, and they are all financial hubs that are leaning toward blockchain and will be looking to improve their present systems. Right now, what we're seeing is institutions taking over with Ripple. These banks are making progress with Ripple because they are offering products that make sense. The rest of the cryptocurrency industry was focused on meme coins, NFTs, and other things that financial institutions didn't care about. Ripple, on the other hand, was building applications into the XRP ledger that would help the very institutions they knew would use the technology. Things like Know Your Customer, KYC, being able to stop certain people from taking part in deals, and clawback are things that banks have been talking about since the beginning, and Ripple has been listening. Ripple has been able to meet the demand because they have taken the steps to make these things happen and have been working with these financial companies to find out what they need from a blockchain. Because of this, Ripple is still the only one getting accepted in all of these places, even as new rules are put in place. They know what these banks need because they are the only ones who have worked with the XP system. Ripple is making the XRP system work better by connecting the world's biggest banks. Everyone else was thinking about shopping. However, retail doesn't really add up to the speed and liquidity that come from the flow of value around the world. Ripple knows that one financial company can move more money than most retail stores put together. And if they can make blockchain products that these financial institutions can use, they will have the biggest impact on the people who count. I talk about this a lot when I talk about the XRP system. Next to the world's biggest money is where the XRP record is being put. For the same reason we love the XRP system, big banks will need it. It works quickly and well. Ripple's stablecoin is just a way to get into this new market, which is based on tokens. It's clear that fiat cash is one of the most important and sought-out wrong things to be tokenized. That's the reason why stablecoins are becoming so popular. I also think that many people miss the bigger picture here. Being able to tokenize was built into the XRP system. A new tokenized banking system was built around the XRP ledger, which is a key part of how money moves around. It was the tokenized assets that were added to the XRP system which came first. The first decentralized coin network that could handle tokenization was the XRP ledger. These stablecoins, like RLUSD, are digital versions of real money. XRP would never be able to reach its full potential without the tokenization of these different types of assets. I know that a lot of people saw XRP for a long time as a way to pay everyone and move money around. It's not really what XRP was made for. Since we were waiting for issued assets to come to the network, people just used XRP for that tool. The truth is that XRP is liquid. Because XRP is open, it can be used to make almost any asset on the XRP ledger network liquid with any other asset. These are really very strong, and they're way stronger than simple payment transfers. There is a buy and a sell in a payment exchange. When you buy and sell XRP and move assets from one party to another, the net value of those transactions is almost zero. Cash flow is where the money is. Payment volume on the XRP system needs to match the settlement volume for liquidity to work. In today's banking systems, these amounts are quadrillions of dollars every year, and in that system, the XRP record is what makes all of this possible. Long time ago, the financial system did not have enough liquidity, which is a very important piece of usefulness. XRP is a very important way to solve this problem. Only a certain number of XRP tokens are available. This is one of the most important things to know about liquidity. So, a higher price for XRP is all you need to get more people to trade on the XRP platform. More people can buy and sell XRP when it's more expensive. And I promise you that the more financial institutions that use the XRP ledger to settle value, which is its funded planned use case, the more cash they'll need. Issued assets like RLUSD and bank stablecoins make XRP even more useful. That's why all of these things need to be able to exchange money and work with the local asset on the XRP ledger. It looks like such an easy picture, but this is where the XRP ledger really is. It's this neutral, reserve, counterparty-less asset that all the new financial institutions that are joining the tokenized economy connect with each other. The bank will not want to use the Bank of America stablecoin. Most likely, they won't want to use Ripple stablecoin. It's likely that Visa will want their own SafeCoin. There's no reason for all of these banking institutions to use a different stablecoin from another company. They are only going to use SafeCoins that are used in their own country. But that stablecoin can't run on its own rails. It has to use tracks that have already been built. The XRP ledger and XRP are what these SafeCoins need to work. The XRP ledger was made to be a neutral source of liquidity for all of these different assets that were released by all of these different financial institutions. Ripple had this idea from the start. That's why the XRP system has tokenization built in. Some people say that Brad Garlinghouse said they're not just going to get rid of fiat currency. It's not just going to be replaced